talked about this in any of my previous videos, but last year in college, my freshman year, I had a foreign roommate. Um, she was Japanese and she was really nice. She was also a freshman, but it was just really awkward. Um, so yeah. So I guess I'll just start at the beginning where I found out that I would be having a foreign roommate. Um, so basically, I found out about my room assignment in May of the end of May of my senior year. And so I found out what room I was going to be in, what residence hall, who my roommate was going to be. And so I was talking to my roommate, we were just talking, getting to know each other through Facebook. Um, and it was pretty awesome for a month. And then on the weekend of June 21st and the 22nd, we had orientation, and it was an overnight orientation, which I know I talked about already. It's way back though, so you'll have to go search through my channel to find it, um, unless I remember to post a link. Um, but yeah, so we had overnight orientation, and I met her. I met my roommate because she was parked right next to me. Um, yeah, she was parked right next to me in the parking lot, so we walked into the building together to register, not register, but to get our room assignments for the orientation because everyone was living in the same hall for the night. And yeah, so it was pretty cool. I got to meet her in person for the first time, and she was super nice. And I wish we could have stayed in the same room during orientation, but uh, they didn't have us set up that way. So it was cool, but it was really cool to be able to meet her and hang out with her during orientation. So then I guess sometime over the course of those 2 days, she met this other girl, and they became friends, and she decided that she wanted to room with this other girl. And I was like, okay, well, that's cool, whatever. So I didn't know about this until probably it was had to have been the end of July, beginning of August. And I just got an email one day saying, due to an opening in your room, listed the room number in the hall, this will be your new roommate. And so I was like, okay, this doesn't make sense. I thought this other girl that I met at orientation, I thought she was going to be my roommate. So I emailed them back, and I was like, there has to be a mix-up because my roommate is this girl, and I didn't even know there was an opening in my room, so can you please explain what's going on? I'm kind of confused. And so they emailed me back, and the woman said, she's like, oh yeah, your roommate said that your roommate ended up moving in with this person, and listed off the girl that she met at orientation. And yeah, so she was like, so this new girl is going to be your roommate, and she gave me her email address and her phone number, but of course it was a Japanese phone number, and her email address was her school email, which no one used yet because it wasn't during we hadn't even started school yet. So I was like, well, I don't know, she probably won't even answer this email, and I can't call her because she's in Japan and I'm in the United States, and that's long distance, and I don't want to be charged for that. So I had no way of meeting this girl at all. Um, it was just a messy, chaotic situation because like I had no way of meeting this girl. I was so stressed out as it was because like I had never really like lived on my own before or been independent like that, like living on your own, anything like that before. It was my first time doing that. Never really been away from home for any like extended period of time. Um, so it was just like really stressful to think like, oh my god, I don't even like know this girl. So when I went to move in on move-in day, she was already there because there was an orientation for like international students a couple days before so that they could move their stuff in and everything like that. Um, and then just stay until school started. And she was really nice. She gave me this package of like candy from Japan, and I was like, "Oh, this is cool." So we didn't really talk that much, and we never really talked that much. Um, like the first semester, we only had maybe like 4 or 5 conversations, and they were really short conversations. Like it was just like she would ask something, and I would respond, and then that would be it. Like, or like I would ask her something, and she would respond, and that would be it. Like it was just like really short, maybe like not even 5 minute conversations. So it was just really awkward. And then second semester, started out the same way, just like barely having any conversations at all. Just like we were just like coexisting, not talking. Like she would go to her classes and like and she would be gone all day long. Like she would leave at like 8 o'clock, like 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning, and wouldn't come back until like 8, 9 o'clock at night. So basically, I would be like alone in my room all day. Well, not really alone because I would have my friends over, but like, yeah. And so it was just like kind of awkward. At the end, though, at the end of the year, we started talking more because she was like wondering more about like culture, like our culture, and like how to like and asking about like places to like get like different places to buy like souvenirs and stuff to bring home to her family, and she was asking about my family and I was asking about her family, and just like learning more about each other's culture. And then yeah, so it was just kind of awkward. um but I mean, she was really nice. She was a year older than I am, but still a freshman. Um, yeah, so I mean, she was super nice and quiet and like kind of like kept to herself. But I feel like that's part of like the Japanese culture is that they kind of like keep to themselves. Um, don't really put a lot of personal information out there. Um, so yeah, throughout the year she would like if she would go on vacation, like there were several times throughout the year where she would on our like breaks, she would go to like New York, or she would go to um like Washington D.C., and like she would meet up with like her parents. um like they would fly over from Japan and she would meet up with them like in wherever she was going here in the US. So yeah. But I mean, now we're friends on Facebook. We still don't really talk at all. But yeah. Um it was a really cool experience though, because I got to learn a lot about like the Japanese culture, which I probably never really would have learned before. And like she's whenever she would talk to her family like on like Skype or whatever, she would speak in Japanese, and so I like kind of picked up on a little bit of Japanese, um, like a few words here and there, because I would like if I remembered the word, I would like try and like write down a list and like look it up later so I could like figure it out. Um, so yeah, I kind of it was overall it was good. I think what helped was that we were both really like quiet and shy and like try to keep to ourselves. So I think that kind of worked out well. Um, yeah. I mean, the only thing that was kind of annoying was that she would do like I would want to go to bed at like 11 or 11:30 and or earlier depending on if I had an early morning class, and she would still be doing her homework or just like laying on her bed like on her phone like until like midnight or like 1 a.m. and so the light would be left on, so it would just like keep me awake. But other than that, but I can't really blame that on like her being like foreign. That could just be like her study habits. So I don't know, but overall I really liked the experience. I mean, I got quite a bit out of it, like learning about culture wise. So I recommend that you have a foreign like roommate at some point in your life, um, because it's a great learning experience. Um, I kind of wish that I had like become more like better friends with her, but I mean, you know, yeah. So I don't know where I was going with this, but yeah. So that's really it, I guess. I learned a lot, and I'm glad I did, but I still kind of wish that I had like my original roommate, like as a roommate, just because looking back, I kind of want to know how that would have worked out, because with her roommate that she switched to, she ended up like switching rooms again like second semester. So I kind of like wish I like knew what it would have been like if we were roommates, you know? But oh well. So I hope you enjoyed, and that was my experience. Um yeah, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.